Hello, welcome to Power Yoga. I am Stephanie Renee, also known as Dr. Logan, Chair of the Education Department. And we're going to do a Power Yoga Vinyasa flow, which means that we're going to move through our vinyasa rapidly. We may hold various asanas or poses for a little bit length of time. So do what you can. I will share modifications. You can increase the difficulty or decrease the intensity at your level. So we're going to start in child's pose. So we're going to come to our knees, tabletop here. We're going to bring our knees and feet together. And we're going to sit our bottom back on our feet. And we're going to bring our forehead to the mat. The arms come down by your sides where your hands are reaching and touching your feet. And just breathing in through the nose here and exhaling through the nose. Filling the belly with air, that belly expands and onto the legs. And as you exhale, that belly button draws towards the spine. Breathing into your third eye here as your forehead is in contact with the mat. It's our intuition center. Today's class, we're going to focus on letting go, considering what lessons can we take from those moments in life where things didn't go as planned. So using the opportunity to let go, move forward, and learn from those opportunities that did not go as planned. One more deep breath in through the nose and exhale through the nose. We're going to lift up to tabletop position, separating the knees, bringing the hands right up underneath the shoulders. You can tuck your toes or you can keep your toes flat. And we're going to just start with some simple cat and cow. So we're going to inhale, drop the belly, lift the head. Exhale, round the back, drop the head. Inhale, fill the belly with air. Exhale, rounding to cat. Continue moving with your breath. If you're familiar with Ujjayi breath, that ocean breath, you may want to practice that now. Let's come to a neutral spine. Let's bring the fingers so that they're facing each other. Maybe just rock from side to side, warming up the wrist a little bit. If moving on the wrist is a challenge for you, you can keep your fingers forward and you can just move forward and back. Or even side to side. And we're going to flip the hands, having the fingertips face the knees. And again, if this is intense, you can come this way. You can always keep your fingertips facing forward. And again, you can stay still, you can move from side to side, you can move forward and back. And let's bring the hands forward. At this time, take any additional movements you may need in helping to warm up the spine. So maybe you want to look back at the hips. Maybe there's some more circling you'd like to do. Any rotation, any other movement that feels good for you. If you're doing any circles, make sure to go in the opposite direction. Maybe some more cat and cows will work for you. And we'll come to stillness. Go ahead and tuck the toes. Pads of the fingertips and knuckles are firmly planted into the mat. Lift the knees, lift the hips. Push everything up and back to our first downward facing dog. We'll look up at our hands. We'll walk our feet forward to meet them, bending the knees a lot. Belly is on the tops of the legs. You can shake your head yes, no, left, right. You can hold on to the wrist, maybe sway elbows and sway from side to side. And releasing the hands to the mat, we'll begin rolling up vertebrae by vertebrae, stacking each vertebrae on top of each other as we come up to mountain or Tandasana. We're going to take a deep breath in, lifting both arms above the head. Hands come together to touch as we exhale and forward fold. We're going to inhale, lift halfway, elongating the spine. Exhale down. Stepping one foot back, then the other, coming to high plank. We'll drop the knees, the chest, the chin, and we'll lift up for baby cobra. And then we'll push up and back to downward facing dog. Let's pedal out the feet here, stretching into the calf of each leg. Inhaling and exhaling. And we'll lift up high on our tippy toes. We'll look at our hands and we'll walk our feet forward to meet them. Bending the knees a lot as we inhale, lifting up halfway, exhaling down. Inhale, lifting all the way up, arms reach high. Exhale, the hands to the heart center and down by your side. Deep breath in, both arms reach high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, down. Inhale, step back. Exhale, lower to the knees, the chest, the chin. Inhale, lift for baby cobra. Exhale, as you tuck the toes, push back to downward facing dog. You can shake the head, yes, no, left, right. Checking in with the weight, pads of the fingertips, knuckles of the hand. We'll drop down to our knees, bringing our feet together. We're going to separate the knees as wide as the mat and push back for extended child's pose. If downward dog is too much for you, you can always come to extended child's pose. Breathing in through the nose and exhaling through the nose. We'll lift back up to table. Maybe you hear my neighbor's dog who's working on letting go. And we'll lift up the hips, pushing back to downward facing dog. Lifting high on the tippy toes, bending the knees. And we will step, walk, or float our feet forward. As we inhale, lift halfway. Exhale down. Inhale, lifting all the way up. Exhaling the hands to the heart and down by our side. Deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale down. Take the feet back. You can lower to your knees, your chest, or chin. If you're ready, you can come through your vinyasa and lift up to upward facing dog. We'll tuck the toes and push back to downward facing dog. Lift up on the toes, bend the knees, gaze forward, walk the feet, step, or float forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, down. Inhale, lifting all the way up. Exhale, the hands to the heart, down by your side. Inhale, we're going to sit back into a chair. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, down. Step back, float back. Flow through your vinyasa, modified, or to upward facing dog, and then downward facing dog. We're going to step our feet together. We're going to lift the left leg high in the air. We're going to bring it forward, knees towards our nose for tiger curl. Take the leg back. Bring the leg forward. This time, step it through. We're going to lift up for warrior one. Bring the hands down, step back, and let's push back to downward facing dog. Breathing in through the nose and exhaling. Let's bring the feet together to touch. We'll lift the right leg high in the air this time. Bring that knee forward, knee towards your nose, rounding the upper back for tiger curl. Take that leg high, three-legged dog, and we'll bring that leg forward. This time, step it through. Drop the back foot, lifting up, warrior one. Releasing down. You can flow through your vinyasa, or you can push back to downward facing dog. Remember your option here. You can come to child's pose. We'll take a few deep breaths in through the nose and exhale. You can make any movements with the head. We'll lift up high on our toes, bend our knees, gaze forward, bring the feet forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, down. Inhale, come to chair. And then we'll exhale as we stand straight. Bring the hands to the heart and down by our side. Deep breath in, lifting up, and then sitting back in that chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, down. Step back to plank. Flow through your vinyasa. And we'll come to downward facing dog. We'll step the feet together to touch. Lift the left leg high in the air. Bring it straight through. Plant that foot. Lifting up, warrior one. Bring the hands down. Push back into downward facing dog. Bring the feet together to touch. Right foot lifts high in the air, three-legged dog. Bring that leg forward, step it through, drop the back foot. Inhale, lifting up for warrior one. Exhale, coming down. Pushing back to downward facing dog. Deep breaths in through the nose. And this time we'll open the mouth wide and sigh it out. Deep breath in through the nose. Open the mouth wide and sigh it out. Coming up onto our tippy toes, bending the knees, walking, stepping, or floating the feet forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale down. Inhale, lift to that chair. Exhale as you stand, bringing the hands to the heart and down by your side. Great job. Continuing on. Deep breath and come to that chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale down. Floating back and lower down, your option. And lifting the chest for baby cobra, full cobra, or upward facing dog. And then we'll all come to downward facing dog. We're going to step the feet together to touch, lifting that left leg high in the air, three-legged dog. Bring that foot forward, step it through, drop the back foot, lifting up for warrior one. We're going to open up to warrior two. I'm going to change directions. Gazing out over those left fingers. We're going to straighten the front leg. You may want to adjust your stance here a little. We're going to reach forward, reach a little more, and come to triangle. If you've got a block, that would be good. A book would work well. But holding on to the shin, the ankle, and rotating at the waist. You can gaze up at that hand. You can look at your laptop, or you can gaze at the floor. And we'll lift up, coming back to warrior two. We're going to bend the left arm, bringing that forearm to the top of the leg, coming to extended side angle. You can gaze up at the ceiling. You can look forward, or you can gaze at the floor. Just depending on your balance and what your neck is agreeable to today. And we'll come back to warrior two, where we'll cartwheel the arms down, take that left leg back. You can flow through your vinyasa, or you can push back to downward facing dog. Pedal the feet out. Make any adjustments, movements with the head. We'll bring the feet together to touch. Right leg goes high in the air. Bring that leg underneath the body, step it through. Drop the back foot, lifting up for warrior one. And we'll open up for warrior two on this side. I'm going to turn around. We'll straighten the front foot. Maybe adjust your stance a little. We're going to reach forward. Imagine that we're sliding our back along a wall. Reach forward. And then we'll cartwheel the arms over. Selecting your option of where to gaze. And lifting up, coming back to warrior two. We're going to bend that right arm, bring the forearm to the top of the leg, and bring the arm by the ear. Imagine a nice straight diagonal from your fingertips, down your arm, down your side body, all the way to the heel of the left foot. And we want weight on the outer edge of that left foot. We'll come back to warrior two, cartwheeling the arms down. Take that leg back. You can flow through your vinyasa or push back to downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, feel free to pedal out the feet, shake the head, yes, no, left, right. We'll lift up on our toes, bend our knees, gaze forward, bringing the feet forward. We'll inhale, lift halfway, exhale, down. Inhale, coming up to chair, and then exhale to standing. We're going to take a big step to the right or left, just depending on which way you're facing. So I took a step to the left so that I could face you all. And we want our feet wide, and we want our feet parallel. This is the feet turned out, we want the feet parallel. We'll turn them out in a little bit. Let's bring the hands to the waist, and we're gonna come to a standing straddle. So let's start by bringing the body halfway down, and just noticing where things are right here. What are you feeling engaged? Maybe the hamstrings. You can release your hands and keeping your back flat, invite the body closer to the floor. Keeping the weight balanced between the outer and inner edge of the foot. And wherever you are, bring your hands to your waist, and you're going to use your legs to lift up the upper body. And we'll step to the front of our mat, making any adjustments, settling back into mountain pose, Tadasana. And we'll step back out again. This time, our feet are on a diagonal. We're going to bring the arms up. We're a 5-pointed star. We're going to take a deep breath in, filling the belly with air. And as we exhale, we're going to take a squat. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, and hold. Hands can come to the heart. You can lift them up for goddess, or you can bring them to your waist. Whatever works for you. Feeling the legs engaged. Maybe tuck the pelvis a little to protect the low back. Engage the core. And breathe. Can you take it a little lower? Yeah, yes you can. And we'll lift up, bringing the body back to the top of our mat, making any adjustments as we settle into mountain. We're going to take a deep breath in, sitting back in our chair. Exhale, forward fold. From standing forward fold, we're going to walk our feet out to the edges of our mat. We're going to be on a diagonal a little bit. And from here, we're going to drop our hips, coming to Malasana or Yogi Squat. So we're going to use our elbows to push the legs, the knees apart, straightening out the spine, and breathing here. One of my favorite asanas. And this is a good place if crow pose is in your practice. This is a great place to practice your crow. If crow is not in your practice, you can stay here. All right, so from Malasana, we're going to release the hands, lift the hips, Heel toe the feet back together. We're in standing forward fold. We're going to take a deep breath in, lifting to that chair. Exhale, coming up to standing. Bringing the hands down by to our hearts and by our sides. I'm going to come and face you. So we're going to shift the weight into our right foot, and we're going to prepare for tree. So you have some options. You want to make sure that the leg is open. You can use a kickstand. You can bring the foot below the knee or above the knee. So there's my joint above that knee joint. So whatever is comfortable for you today. You can bring your hands to your waist, to your heart, or if you like, you can extend your branches. Wherever you are, bring your hands to your heart, and we're going to lift the left knee towards the belly button. We're going to cross it over above the right knee, and we're going to come to standing figure 4. So we're going to bend into the right leg like we would for chair. Letting go of perfection, honoring what it is that your body will do today. And as you're ready, go ahead and release. We rotate the ankles, and then settle back into mountain. Shifting the weight to the left side this time. Preparing for tree, considering your options for your hands, as well as the option for your foot. And we'll bring the hands to the heart as we also lift that right knee, crossing the ankle above the left knee. And coming to standing figure 4. And releasing as you're ready, rotating the ankles, making any adjustments, and we'll come back, or at least I will come back to the top of my mat. And we'll take a deep breath in, coming to chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale down. Stepping the feet back. Flow through your vinyasa. And meeting in downward facing dog. We're going to step the feet together to touch, lifting the left leg high in the air. We're going to bring that knee towards our nose for tiger curl. Take that leg high. Take that left knee to the left elbow. Take that leg high. Take that left knee to the right elbow. Take the leg high. Releasing that leg to our mat. Coming to our knees. We're in tabletop. Taking a deep breath in, drop the belly, lift the head. Exhale, grounding. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Coming to a neutral spine. We'll tuck the toes, lift the knees, coming back to downward facing dog. Bring the right and left foot together to touch. Right leg goes high in the air. Bring that knee towards the nose. Tiger curl. Take that leg high. Take that right knee to the right elbow. Take the leg high. Right knee, left elbow. Take the leg high. Lower the foot. Bring the knees to the mat. And we're gonna come to spinal balance. So this time we'll extend the right arm, left leg. Your back foot, that foot that's on the floor, can be tucked or it can be flat. Just find your balance here. Take a deep breath as you reach. Exhale, we're gonna round, bringing elbow and knee to meet. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and release as you exhale. Extend the left arm, right leg. Inhale as you reach. Exhale as you round. Inhale, reaching long. Exhale as you round. Inhale, reaching long. Exhale, release the hand and the knee to the mat. Extend the legs long. Come to plank. And we're going to lower to the mat for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, go ahead and release the hands down by your side. You can bring your forehead to the mat, that third eye. Or you can turn your head to the left or to the right. We're going to lift our feet, bending into the knees, drawing our feet towards our bottom. We're going to lift the chest, reach the arms back, reach, reach, reach. Maybe the hands and ankles connect, maybe they don't. Just release down. If you had your head to the left or right, turn it to the opposite side. We're going to lift the feet towards the bottom, lift the chest. We're going to reach and latch onto our ankles, and we're going to lift, kicking high, lifting the chest, coming to bow. And release. Bringing the hands forward, stacking them on top of each other, placing your forehead down, using the hands as a pillow. We'll bring our hands underneath our shoulders. We're going to push up to table and then push back, sitting on our bottom. We're going to come off to one side and swing the legs around. And we're going to come onto our back. So the feet are on our mat, and we actually want our hips very close to our feet. We want to be able, our fingers, to touch the backs of our feet. The feet are about hips width distance apart. We're going to take a deep breath and begin lifting the tailbone, coming to bridge. And we'll release down as we exhale. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, releasing down. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, reaching, lifting down. You have the option, we're going to come into another bridge. You can come up into that bridge, but if you'd like, we're going to hold. You also can bring your shoulders underneath your bridge and interlace your fingers if you're familiar with that. So we're going to lift up, engaging our core, engaging our glutes, fronts, the backs of the legs. Remember, you can bring and roll the shoulders underneath, interlacing the fingers, Expanding and opening the chest a little bit more. Keeping the head still, gazing up at the ceiling. And releasing the shoulders and releasing the back to the mat. Lifting the feet, bringing the knees towards the chest, giving them a hug, maybe rocking from side to side. And we'll come to stillness. We're going to extend our arms out to a T. We're going to let the knees fall to the right. And we're going to turn our gaze to the left. If you'd like, you can bring the right hand on top of the knees to help keep the legs in contact with the floor. We want that left shoulder in contact with the floor. Lifting the knees, bringing the face back towards the ceiling. And then allowing the knees to drop to the left, turning the gaze to the right. Remember, you can use that left hand to put on top of the knees or keep it extended. Lifting the knees towards the ceiling, bringing the face back towards the ceiling. At this time, if there's any additional asana that you may need that your body would like before we settle into our final pose, Savasana, go ahead and take it at this time. Maybe you need another bridge, maybe you need an inversion. I think I'm going to take Happy Baby. Just honor what it is that your body needs. And as we prepare for Shavasana, maybe you want to grab a blanket. There's a sweatshirt, depending on the temperature of your location. I'm going to put my socks back on. Whatever you need to get comfortable. And then go ahead and bring your body back to the mat. Letting the feet flop out to the sides. Hands are down by your side. Allow the eyes to close. And just relaxing into the mat. Separating your tongue from the roof of the mouth. Relaxing any tension in the jaw. Noticing how your shoulders are away from your ears. Maybe you notice your belly lifting as you take a deep breath in. And how the belly button draws towards the spine as you exhale. Releasing any tension or desire to grip into the legs. Letting go. We'll begin making movements with our fingers and toes. Maybe pointing your feet and flexing them. Certainly you're welcome to take a longer Savasana, but for those who need to move on with their day, their evening, we'll lift our arms above our head, taking them behind, and we'll stretch, reaching forward and back, pointing into the toes, reaching the arms back, stretching the body, and releasing. And we'll roll over to our right or left side, whatever works for you, using your arms to set up as a pillow as you come into fetal or cradle position. We'll lift up, coming to a seated position that's comfortable for you. With our eyes closed, we'll bring our hands to our heart center. Taking a deep breath in and exhaling. Bringing our hands to our forehead, to our third eye, for clarity of thought. Bringing to our hands to our lips, for clarity of speech. And bringing our hands to our heart, for clarity of action. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.